Hey bestie, what kind of snack do y'all want to do for this week? Let's do spicy snacks. So for this week, try to eat like spicy snacks only. And if you can't handle spicy, do like mild. I have a love spell story for y'all. I know how y'all love a good love spell story. And as much as I tell people to stop doing them, they still do it. And this story come from a person that did a love spell that they saw right here on TikTok. Clearly, she hadn't been following me since 2020. Or she would know better. But anyway, we're going to get on with the story. Let's call this girl Tasha. So if you know a Tasha, tag her. So one day, Tasha's scrolling through her TikTok, right? She sees this specific TikTok teaching people how to do a successful love spell. And the person who posted this said that the love spell was foolproof and that the person will literally be obsessed with you. Now, Tasha halfway believes in that kind of stuff, but she also has a crush on her coworker. And I mean, like, that is her man. In her head, that is Tasha's man. Except her man does not notice her. He never speaks to her. Now, let's call this coworker Jamal. So Tasha is crushing on Jamal. Jamal is handsome. He's charming. He's funny. He's like the full package for Tasha. Except that, he doesn't know that she exists. Now, she saw a couple of these videos before, but for some reason, that specific video made her want to try it because when she looked at the comments was full of success stories. So why not? What could go wrong, right? So the spell was pretty simple. You're supposed to get a red candle, you light it, and you get some cinnamon. See, I just caught myself because I was going to say how to do it, but I'm not because I know some of y'all are still unhinged and y'all going to think it's okay to do it. But if you know which one I'm talking about because it went viral. Anyways, the next day after work, she went and she purchased the red candle. When she got home, she did the spell. What's the worst that could happen? Again, she did this halfway expecting it to work. So she does this and she goes to work the next day. Except work was different. Jamal, her man, who was always distant but polite, was speaking to her. And not only was he speaking to her, she would constantly catch him staring at her. And I'm not going to lie, she was pretty amazed. She was like, whoa, I really didn't think this thing was going to work, but I'm here for it. He started to talk to her more and more at work. He even started to text her constantly. That's so much better that Jamal started to bring her coffee to work without her asking. And Tasha loved every bit of minute of it. Now she could really be like, my man, my man, my man. Until her man started acting weird. First, it started with Jamal showing up to her apartment unannounced. His excuse was always that he just wanted to see her, and it's sweet, It raised like a little bit of eyebrow for Tasha, but it's still like, oh, he wants to see me. And then Jamal started to question her every move, like where she was, who she was with, why is she taking this long to text back. The once very handsome and charming Jamal became very obsessive. And Tasha really tried to brush it off as in, like, he's just an intense lover. Some people are just like that. And then it escalated. So boom, one night Tasha decided that she was going to go out with her friends, right? They decided that they were going to go to a bar, and that's what they did. They went, they're having fun, they're having drinks, they're having a time. As she's having fun, right, one of her friends' face completely changed. And she's like, what's wrong? And the friend is like, is that Jamal? And when she turned, it was indeed Jamal. He showed up at the bar, mad as hell, because she didn't invite him to their little get-together. Now, this is why he was mad, and this is why he showed up. But when he showed up and he realizes that one of the friends that Tasha went out with was a guy, that's when it got bad. He tried to yank her ass out of that bar. His jealousy quickly turned into aggression, and he demanded to know who the hell that guy was and why was she talking to him for that long and why is the guy here and she never told him and all of her friends ended up stepping in, including the guy that was there, her friend, and Jamal ended up having to leave. The bar kicked him out. Over the next few weeks, it got even worse, y'all. Mind y'all, this is a testimony. Jamal would blow up her phone, wait outside her apartment building, watching her every move to make sure she's not cheating. Mind y'all, they're not even in a relationship yet. It got to a point where Jamal started to threaten her and himself because he keeps saying that he doesn't know what's going on in his head. He doesn't like it, but he cannot live without her. Now, at this point, Tasha knows why this is happening. She knows what she did. She remembers that spell. Except now she doesn't really know what to do because she didn't even think this would work. And at this point, she's wishing she hadn't done that. She also ended up mentioning that after this whole situation happened, she ended up finding my page and it made sense. Everything that I was saying was everything she was experiencing. But let's backtrack to the story. This is where it got so much worse because one night, Tasha is in her apartment, right? She's sleeping. And she just woke up feeling like something was wrong. Nothing woke her up. She just felt something was wrong. And so she got up to go to the bathroom. And on her way to the bathroom, she sees a figure in her living room. Terrified, she screamed, ran back to her room, and called 911. She locked herself in there. She don't know what's going on, mind you. She's thinking she's getting robbed or somebody's breaking into her apartment, right? And so on the phone with the operator, she gives the police full permission to break down her door if they need to. When they came, it was Jamal. Jamal was in tears. Jamal keeps saying how he cannot live without her. Jamal ended up getting arrested and he got charged for breaking and entering. And he actually did end up going away for a little while because he did express very loudly how he cannot live without her and that he would rather harm himself or her than to live. Tasha ended up having to contact her employer and Jamal's family for help. And long story short, Jamal's family ended up having to move Jamal states away from Tasha. That's how she finally was able to get some kind of relief. But she says till this day, she still be scared that one day she's going to come home and Jamal traveled through states just to break into one of her apartments. Also, she did move from that apartment. And Tasha told me to tell y'all, it doesn't matter what type of love spell you see on TikTok, it's not worth it. It ain't nothing I haven't told y'all before, but I feel like maybe y'all would listen if it's somebody that went through it. He told me to tell y'all to please listen to Blizzy. She's not joking. Till this day, she's still scared for her life because she feels like any day now, Jamal's just gonna pop up and take her out. So listen to me when well, matter of fact, y'all don't even gotta listen to me. Go do you. I'm telling you not to do it. But if you want to do it anyway, you can become a Tasha. Anyways, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram and on YouTube. Yeah, because if they take this app away, how else are you supposed to get your snacks and listen to my stories? Exactly.
All because he ran back to his ex, this girl ended up putting a love spell on him. Now, y'all, I'm up and early with it. And I gotta tell y'all every detail about this story because it's so messed up. And I know a lot of people out there want to do love spells. They want to actually see if it work, y'all. It does. Okay? And that's something you can't play with. And another thing I feel like people should be mindful about when you put love spells on people, you got to think about who these people ancestors are, because you got some ancestors that'll protect their family member, y'all, and whatever you send to them, they'll send that shit right back to you 10 times worse. So y'all, it's this girl that had just got a relationship with her boyfriend. Now, in their relationship, they end up hitting the stage where they would always argue. They was always fighting, like, you know, they would have like conversations and stuff, but it seemed like nothing that they talked about or nothing that they agreed on would, like, you know, change how they look at each other. So the dude finally got fed up and he was like, you know, we doing too much arguing. I feel like we just need space. So he breaks it off with the girl or whatever, tell the girl, you know what I'm saying, don't contact him. He won't contact her. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Now with this girl being heartbroken, like, she not even able to function right. You know what I'm saying? She crying every day. She not eating. She not interacting with people. Like, she just really off to herself. She feeling down. So she tried reaching out to the dude or whatever. She texted him. He didn't text back. She kept on texting him. He never responded. So she ended up calling the dude only to find out that her number was blocked. So her, with a million thoughts going through her head, she thinking that he done moved on or he talking to somebody else. And behind all that, she ended up becoming depressed, like very emotional. She was like distant. Her family would call and check on her. She wasn't answering the phone. Her mama started trying to come over there. You know what I'm saying? Her mama knew that she was going through a heartbreak, but all heartbreaks fade over time. You know what I'm saying? So her mama was like, you know, she just gonna have to run her course. You know, on the other side, she'll see that, you know, it wasn't really worth it, her crying over him. So, y'all, the girl was so desperate to get this man back that she started putting like witchcraft on him. So she would try to do anything to bring this man back into her life, y'all. So she looking online or whatever, she looking at all these little spiritual things that you can do to keep your lover around. But I feel like what people fail to understand is when you're putting a love spell or witchcraft, any black magic on anybody, well, love spell, I'm gonna say, you want it bad, but they don't want it, which means when they are forced to give it to you, it always becomes a bad outcome. So she ended up looking online to try to see what magic spell can she put on this man to bring him back into her life. So y'all, she go on Amazon. If y'all know, Amazon got a lot of witchcraft love spell books and stuff like that that you can buy and start studying and shit like that. So she buys this book from Amazon, y'all. She's eager. She even paid fast shipping, y'all, for the book to come. That's how eager and desperate she was to get this man back. Now, what's crazy about this whole situation, the dude, he didn't really just completely cut her off. He just told her that he felt like they needed time. You know what I'm saying? He was going to go his way for a little while. She was supposed to go her way for a little while. And if they rekindle, then they rekindle. But this girl feeling like, if I'm not in his life, I'm not doing for him this, that, and the third, he's going to seek it somewhere else. So y'all, fast forward, she orders the book. The book comes in like 2 days later. She get this book, y'all, and she is desperate. Like, she's studying this shit down to the T. Now, it's this one spell that she studied, y'all, and it was supposed to make the man like overly obsessed. So y'all, she's doing this spell, she doing it morning, night, day, like over and over and over until this man just contacts her. Now, in between her doing these spells or whatever on this man, she studied trying to reach out. She studied trying to call to see if he unblocked her number. She see that he still got on a block list. So she's still doing this spell and she getting irritated because she's like, damn, why this shit not working? It's been like 3 days since I've been doing this shit. Why is it not working? So y'all, out of nowhere at like 3 o'clock in the morning, the girl in her bed sleep. She gets a phone call from the dude. The dude basically telling her like, I can't stop thinking about you for some reason. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe the break is what we really needed because now I just can't get you off of my mind. It's like I want to be around you all the time. So she feeling like, damn, this shit work for real. So he asked her if he could come over for a little bit to chill with her. They chilling, y'all. They talking. They get to watching a movie. One thing led to another. They in the bed. So, y'all, in the mix of them messing around in the bed or whatever, he locks up on her. Like, he locks up, literally. His whole body locks up while he's, yeah. Now, y'all, she felt like that was strange. That was something he never fucking did before. But little do she know, she done messed up. So, y'all, they get done doing what they doing or whatever. He lay on the side of her. He's staring at the ceiling like, he just staring at the ceiling, not saying nothing, not moving. So she leans over and she kisses him. And what's so crazy, bro, you would think that this shit was like a in and out, like the love spell would work and then it would not work. It's like he would come to and know what's going on, but he really can't quite put his finger on it because he don't really know that this girl didn't put a love spell on him. But he can feel that this is not really where he want to be. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just know that that's not where he want to be. But at the same time, he feel like he's forced to be there. So, y'all, they laying in the bed. She leans over and kisses him. And at this point, he's getting, like, very irritated. He like, why you keep kissing me? You know what I'm saying? Stop fucking kissing on me. We just did what we did. Like, damn, what more do you want from me? So, y'all, at this point, his spirit is getting real irritated. Real irritated. So she looking confused. She like, damn, what did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? Why is he acting like this? He gets his stuff, put his clothes on, y'all, and he just the fuck out her crib. She goes back to the book to see, like, you know what I'm saying, what other love spell can she put on this man. I'm talking about, y'all, she messing this man up. So anyway, she going through the book or whatever. She finding out what love spell she finna put on this man next. So, y'all, she come across this love spell where it was supposed to make him, like, very attached to her. Like, to where he don't want to leave. He want to be up under her all the time. Like, just another overly obsessed spell, really. But, y'all, this is the time where it got so freaking bad. So, she laying in bed, y'all. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It always happen around 3 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, be careful. If you thinking about somebody or you want somebody bad, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, you hadn't been thinking about this person all day, and at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, you start thinking about this person like very, very heavy. That person got a spell on your ass. But anyways, okay, so it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. He contact her. He like, what you doing? I'm finna come over there or whatever and chill with you. She like, okay, cool. She laughing. She happy. She cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? She getting everything set up. So when he get there, he can do what he do to her, and they chill, lay down, have them a nice time. That's what she's thinking. Well, that's what she's hoping to happen. So fast forward, y'all, he makes it over there a little later than what she expected. You know what I'm saying? She thought that once they got off the phone or whatever, he was gonna be over there like as ASAP, like soon as possible. And he didn't show up till like 2, 3 hours later. So he goes over there. She's at the kitchen, y'all. She at the kitchen, she cooking, you know what I'm saying? He walks in, he speaks to her, you know, they give each other a hug. Next thing you know, he's like, give me some. He snatches her arm like overly aggressive, like, no, give me some right now. But he kind of smiles, you know what I'm saying, to like let her know I ain't mean no harm by it. But his body language is like telling her like right now. So y'all, when he snatched her arm, she looked into this man's eyes, y'all, and his eyes was like bloodshot red. They was bloodshot red. She asked him what was going on. Oh my God, y'all. My sister called me right back, okay?
I did a love spell on someone I was in love with and it worked. But what came after, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I am back with another spooky story. We're gonna call the person who submitted the story Nia. Nia said, I need to tell you something that I never thought I'd admit out loud. We're gonna call her crush Micah. His name was Micah, he had a girlfriend, but however, Nia didn't care. Nia said that she knew that Micah was supposed to be hers. Micah would smile at her sometimes, talk to her a little too long, and Nia thought maybe, just maybe, if she had a little help to help sway him from his girlfriend to her, she would be golden. Nia said that she knew what she felt for Micah was real. And in her eyes, Micah's girlfriend, we're gonna call her Rhea. To Nia, Rhea was just in the way. So Nia had heard about this woman in town that people were whispering about. They said that she could make things happen. So Nia went to the woman and told her that she wanted Micah to love her and only her. Now the woman looked at Nia long and hard before she said, and I quote, I can give you what you're asking for, but once it starts, you can't undo it. Nia said she didn't care, so she said yes because she wanted him. The woman gave her specific instructions on what to do. She needed a red candle, his photo, a little bit of honey, some personal ingredients, like personal item, a prayer over water at midnight, and some of her menstrual. Now Nia says she followed the instructions exactly to the T. She said, and let me tell you, it worked fast. Micah started texting her out of nowhere, and he started texting her more and more. He would find himself showing up where she was at, suddenly telling her that he couldn't stop thinking about her. He even said to her one day that he left his girlfriend, Rhea, out of the picture, gone. Nia said in that moment, hearing that this man done left his girlfriend Rhea for her, she said that, to be honest, she felt powerful. She felt chosen. Until, in one night, Micah shows up outside of Nia's house, crying, boohoo crying. And he just said to her out of nowhere, why did you do this to me? I can't eat, I can't think, I feel you even when you're not around. You tied my soul, I know you did something to me. Then out of nowhere, the man smiled. Now Nia says that this didn't look like his regular smile. It's like his face moved. There was something else inside of him entirely. That's when he leans in and says to her, why didn't you feed it? To be continued. Let me know if you're ready for what happens next, because things only got darker from here. I be telling y'all, do not do a love spell on that man. Make sure you leave a comment for part 2. Before I go, my abducted humans, please make sure I'm holding down the #1 spot to be the Caribbean Music Awards award presenter. Now, this is a chance for all of us spooky girly, all of y'all that see yourselves through me. This is our opportunity not only to experience something, but be a part of something really freaking cool. Make sure, if you haven't already, you click the link in my bio and you vote for me. It is in my link tree. On top of my page, the link is right there. You can't miss it. After you vote for me, make sure you leave a comment saying that you're done. And if you want part 2, you better make sure I maintain that #1 spot from your favorite Haitian homegirl.
Y'all doing these love spells. Let me tell you the dangerous part of it. If a person don't want you and you do a spell to make that person come back, did you know every little thing that person don't like gonna come on their mind? Let's say you got a man, right? The only thing make him mad is when you keep going out with your friends or dudes keep hollering at you. Did you know this how the devil works? The devil will send all them different kind of men to talk to you, knowing your man crazy. All of a sudden, your man want to jump on you, put his hands on you. And men put spells on women too, trying to make that woman stay with him because she fine, she got this and that. I don't want nobody to have him. I'm telling you. Some of these women go crazy over a man. And then all of a sudden, different women in your inbox, all of a sudden, all these folks trying to talk to you, she think you cheating, and you done broke her heart so many times. That woman gonna do something to you and do something to them women too. Y'all better be careful playing with this stuff now. It's real out here.
These are the consequences of doing a love spell on a person. I came across the story on here. It was actually in Spanish, so I'm going to go ahead and translate it to English, and I'll tag the original creator down here. So Gloria has been practicing witchcraft for the past 5 years, so much so that she has become very well known around her neighborhood, and she has a ton of clients. One day, she was having a birthday party at her house, so she invited a bunch of her friends and a bunch of her close neighbors. When she sees a girl that she didn't recognize enter her home, she assumed that this was probably one of her friends who had invited another friend. The girl goes up to her, introduces herself as Peggy, and tells Gloria that she needs her help, that she has fallen madly in love with this man that wants absolutely nothing to do with her. Gloria advised her against it and told her about all the consequences that come from love spells, that you can't mess with someone's free will. Peggy said that she didn't care, that whatever the consequences were, that she was willing to deal with it. The next day, Peggy went to Gloria's house and Peggy handed her a jar. In this jar, there was this white powder. Peggy told her to take a very small amount out of the jar and to add it to one of his alcoholic drinks. And to also do it on a Friday, because apparently Fridays are the most strongest days to do this stuff. That Friday, Peggy ended up having a huge party at her house where she invited just about everyone, including the boy and Gloria. As the party was going, everybody was dancing, singing, having a great time. Peggy starts getting a bunch of drinks ready for her friends. Gloria notices that Peggy takes one of the drinks and puts it to the side. She then opens the jar that she had in her pocket and she dumps all of the powder in the drink. Gloria right away runs over to Peggy and tells her, "That is too much. I told you to only give him a small amount. You have no idea the consequences that this is going to create." Peggy then snaps at Gloria and tells her to mind her business, that this had nothing to do with her, that she already paid her for her work, and that whatever happens now, to just back off. Gloria pretty much wiped her hands clean and left it at that. The minute this guy took a sip of the drink, it was almost out of a movie scene. He became completely head over heels in love with Peggy and could not keep his hands off of her. The whole night they were just making out and all over each other. A few weeks go by and Peggy gives Gloria a call and tells her, "Hey, what you gave me worked amazing, but I no longer want to be with him. He has become way too obsessive, very toxico, to the point that he's even jealous of my own brothers. I wanted him, but not like this. I no longer want to be with him." Gloria told her there's nothing that she can do about it, that when she tried to interfere, that she had told her to mind her business, so that's exactly what she was going to do. Weeks go by and Gloria ends up receiving news that literally chilled her to the bone. Apparently, Peggy had broken up with the guy, and when she did so, the guy became so insane that he drove his bike right off of a bridge, unaliving himself. All because of that spell. A month later, Peggy calls her terrified, crying her heart out, begging Gloria for help. She told her that after the boy had passed away, that she continues to see him in the home, that he wakes her up at night, that she hears his voice, that he still is around at all times, that even after he passed away, he continues to be obsessed over her, even after death.
This is my petition to ask everybody on TikTok who offers spells to ask for pictures if you're doing love spells. So around a week ago or so, I had a man come to me and ask for a love spell. We talked about it beforehand. We did a little consultation. I allow people to ask me a couple of questions if they have any before they book. And we're talking and he's saying that he's really wanted to be with this person, with this girl, for a very long time. But that he feels like she doesn't feel the same way and that it's more of a platonic thing and that he wants to shift that to be romantic. To which I say, okay, do as you will. That's what a love spell is for. So I'm like, great, what seems to be the issue? So he tells me he lives in the same house as her already. He's more of the father figure or brother figure of the house since he's the only man. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. So we talk about what the spell can do for him and where it's going wrong for him. Perfect. He books the spell. To which then he needs to send me some more information, such as full names, birthdays, if he has it. If not, that's fine. And pictures. So he sends me all the information, and then as I'm reading the email, because he sent it to me through email because he didn't have Instagram, whatever, it's okay. I read through the email, I'm like, great, all the information's there, and then I look at the birthdays and I notice, okay, his says he was born 1983, So he's pretty old. And then the lady's birthday information doesn't seem to have the year where she was born. So I'm like, okay, maybe he forgot. I don't know. But the whole time, my witchy intuition, I guess even just as a human being, you can tell when something's off. You can sense that in the energy. So I'm like, I'm still thinking it's a little weird. Now this hits me. I'm like, okay, that's a little fucking weird. But again, I've been giving him the benefit of the doubt this entire time, because just because he's a man doesn't mean something weird is going on. You know what I mean? So I give him the benefit of the doubt. So I scroll down on the email, because the email, it's a pretty fucking long email. And then I see that he attached the pictures. I'm like, great. I tap on the pictures immediately, like before even analyzing the picture, I tap on it to look at it. It's a selfie of them. As soon as I open that fucking picture, oh my god, everything clicked. From not wanting anybody to know when they got together, not wanting anybody to know yet. From not having the birthday. From living in the same house already, which I'm like, what? Who are you living? Why would you be living with her and her family, her sister, her mother? That little girl was not even 18 years old. Bro, that little girl, and I keep saying that little girl because that's a little girl. He has wrinkles on his face, a long ass beard, he looks like a genie. He's this like ginger man. This girl doesn't even have a single thought to her eyes besides innocence, besides I don't know how to drive a car, and besides dad, can you please buy me VIP on Movie Star Planet? Can you please buy me Robux? That is a little girl. And to make matters worse, which I mean, this is already fucking bad. He's a PDF file. I'm saying that because I think TikTok censors shit, okay? That little girl, okay, is ginger. And has like very, very, very similar features to that man. How many motherfucking gingers do you know? I haven't seen a goddamn ginger, I think, since I've ever lived in my city. Not only is this man a predator who has been seeking love spells for a very long time and came to me, but they're related. That's his daughter. Just from knowing that information, I made him pay me an extra $100 and then I blocked him.